Here I am again because I would like to share my MS history with you. Um, it all started in 2006, in October of 2006, and like I was saying, before realizing that I had MS, I actually was a pretty healthy person, and I was never going to doctors, and I was never taking medicine, and I felt pretty strong and healthy. In the month of September, it was a pretty stressful time in my life and in my family's, my husband's family's life, and I started having some symptoms which I thought was quite weird, but that I really didn't pay much attention to them. One day my leg wasn't working very well, another day my hand wasn't working very well, but I was used to pretty much go on and I didn't really think anything of it. So until I started getting a very, very serious headache, a type of pain that I never really tried before because I never experienced a headache in my life before. And that pain got me to the doctor for the first time because it was quite serious and it was concerning me, of course. I went to a normal primary doctor near my hometown, and she was a very smart doctor, and she said that she was going to send me to do an MRI, and that she had sort of, well, after seeing the MRI, actually, she saw many lesions, and she came up with the possibility of me having MS. 2 days later, actually, I got my first attack of MS, and it was kind of strange, I would say, because it was like somebody actually read the cards of my life, of my destiny. I was told that something, and I didn't really have time to get used to it or to accept that idea of being, chronically sick for the rest of my life, that I had to face my first attack, which was a vertigo, so a lot of vomiting, not being able to stand up, and of course lightheaded and not seeing very much, mostly seeing blurries out of my both eyes, and it was kind of an interesting set of symptoms, and it got me to the hospital, and for the first time in my life I had to take the steroids, and I stayed in the hospital for 10 days. I had some rehabilitation and got back home, and well, it was really my first days of realizing that I was going to have MS for the rest of my life, that it wasn't just gonna pass and go away. I knew already, of course, a lot about multiple sclerosis because a lot of people in Italy, my country, are affected by this disease. But it's always good to really try to give all the possible answers to all of your questions. So one of the first things that I did, of course, I went to the MS Society, which is the best website to go to when you're really trying to learn something about this disease and when you really want to connect with others also. And on this website was really something really happened. I listened to a lot of podcasts, I listened to a lot of people speaking, and I actually was touched by some scientists' words, which was very simple words, but it really touched me completely and directly right away. And I couldn't forget about this person, really. And I continued to think about him and think about what he said, and I then did a lot more research, many more websites, many more scientists speaking, many more presentations and things like that, while I was going through smaller attacks also in January, February of 2007, just trying to, get stable, I would say, which actually never really did happen. Well, I was continuing really to research and learn more and more about this disease when I got to meet many different scientists, many different people that really kept on touching me in many different ways. And then I suddenly realized and find out that they were all working for the same, at the same place, for the same institution. And I found out that this institution was actually the MS Center at Johns Hopkins, the TM Center, the MS Center at Johns Hopkins. And it really gave me an answer. And I said to myself, if I want to do something useful, and now even if that I'm sick, if my life is not over, I should be doing something. I can't just let this take over my life, and let me see if I can do something, let me see if I can help somehow. And I wrote my story. I started writing my story and what I was going through. and I sent it to everybody I knew, all my friends and all my family members, and both in Italy and France, especially in this country. And I was really able to, well, to get donations. I explained to everybody that I wanted to raise funds for MS research and that I was going to donate everything to the MS Center at Johns Hopkins. And so I did that. And I did actually pretty good. And I felt very happy about it. And I felt very proud. And that feeling, I wanted really that feeling to last forever. And while I was going through so much to different medications, I changed 3 by now in the course of 2 years. And I used plasmapheresis a couple of times and many steroids along the way. And what I was trying to do is really to raise as much money as possible. And in July, unfortunately, I ended up having another attack. And I'm sorry, it was the beginning of August of 2007, and I was actually getting another attack, which got me to lose the use of my left arm. It's usually the left side of my body that is touched the most during the relapses. And these relapses, even if I was taking medications and even if I changed so many of them, my MS wasn't really responding to any of them, and it was still very active. This attack got me again to not being able to move very well. My left foot was turning inwards, so I had no control over the leg, and any time the foot would move, I would sort of almost trip into myself. And so from walking really fast outside and enjoying nature and enjoy beautiful sunny days, I ended up in a matter of 3 days not being able to walk again. And so not being able to really move, I would fall off the sofa, I fell from the hospital bed, and I really didn't have a lot of control over my body. And it was hard to not know where your arm was. My arm, my left arm was actually getting forgotten places. And it sounds really weird, but I didn't know it existed. So sometimes I would feel like I would be calling my husband, and I actually would be touching my own arm and shaking my own arm, but I wouldn't even know it was my arm. So it was really interesting feeling, and it was a very weird feeling. Now I kind of laugh at it, and I was actually laughing while it was going on too. But in the first minutes, it was I was feeling actually quite scared the first minutes of this happening. Well, that attack was quite kind of serious, and of course, hospital again, many days, many rehabilitation, many months of rehabilitation, and I actually got back to walking almost normally. I would say 95% of the way I was, and I am absolutely grateful for that, because I know how much worse it could have been for me. So I'm definitely grateful and definitely happy that I got back to almost normal. During the month of July and during the month of October, during the month of my relapse, somebody that I had met at the New Jersey Botanical Garden back in June was actually trying to help me. And this was a perfect stranger that for many, many months had written me every single day and was really trying to get close to me. Every single day she sent me the most inspirational thoughts and prayers and poems and suggestions on how to be healthy in a natural way. And she was really helping in so many ways. Prayers and very special words, and it got me through the worst times, really. And well, she started sending me pictures of her own flowers. She was a flower lover just like I am, and she enjoys nature just like I do, and she enjoyed photography. And for many weeks we were sending each other photos that we were both taking of our gardens, and she decided to donate all of the pictures that she sent me and that she had taken of many flowers all over the place in her garden and in botanical gardens, and she told me to use them. And when I started to get a little better, I was actually getting excited. I wasn't even concentrating on my MS anymore. I was so excited about this idea of creating something that would really maybe bring some happiness or some joy to some others with something very simple as flowers, which are absolutely beautiful. And they have simple ways to say so much through their beauty.